Hey guys, Shoshana from Inside Sparkle, and welcome back to another Sabbath School takeaway lesson. Before we move on, pause this video, subscribe, share, and like. If you like this video a lot and you think that someone really needs to hear this, you can share this with your Sabbath School group or some friends that you think need to be closer with Christ. Today's Sabbath School lesson is called Grieving Father and Victorious King. The power text was, "But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. He causes his sun to rise on evil and the good, and sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous." Matthew 5:44-45. The PowerPoint was, we reflect God's love when we are patient with and accepting of others. This story is about Absolom and his conspiring against his father, King David. Absolom wanted to take his father's throne. In order to do that, he needed all of Israel on his side, or at least most of it. David fled from his palace and went in the wilderness with some of his servants to stay safe so he wouldn't lose his life. Absalom and his men and people who were helping him fight off David and his warriors started to stay in hiding because David and his soldiers had more equipment and resources. Now, David was starting to get an upper hand on Absolom. Then one of Joab's men, or watchmen, saw Absolom in a tree and with his donkey running away. People say that Absolom was riding on his donkey and his neck got caught in a branch and his donkey started running out. Now the servant went back to Joab and he went to Joab and told him about what he saw. Joab asked him, "Did you kill him?" The servant was like, "No way. David told me not to, so that's what I'm doing. I'm following our king's orders." Joab said, "Why don't you do that?" He was so puzzled. He's like, "He's trying to kill David. Just kill him. David doesn't know any better. Just listen to me. Kill him." So Joab then went to Absolom and killed Absolom. He shot a spear through his heart. Then a servant went to report to King David. Well, two servants actually went to King David, telling about the news. The last servant told him the full truth about who killed Absolom and that Absolom was dead. King David was so sad. He mourned for weeks. He wasn't even in his throne. He was so sad. He mourned, "My son Absolom, my son, my son, my son Absolom. If only I died in your place." King David was in real mourning. King David remembered that some people aren't going to be always good, and there's not always good in everyone's heart. After a while, King David was restored to his throne and he was able to lead Israel and Jerusalem. My takeaways from this lesson are pretty heavy. Obedience is always better. Sometimes you're not understanding what your parents are saying or what they're giving to you to listen, or little things of nuggets or of wisdom. It's best to obey. Even if it doesn't seem like the best thing right then, it'll always be in a good way later. The second takeaway I have from this Sabbath School lesson is that just as David was mourning for a lost son, God mourns for a lost child. I mean, what if you lost your favorite doll or your favorite book or your favorite anything? You would be sad. We are God's favorite people. He wants us close to him. Even if we stray away, he wants us to come back to him. That's how great his love is. We should also know that sin always has a punishment. Just as Absolom faced some fatal consequences by dying, we're going to face some consequences. The best way to stay out of that problem is by repenting. We all make mistakes, but the best thing to do is to repent to God. Hope you enjoyed this Sabbath School takeaway video. Have a great Sabbath. Bye.